Time now to get to It's Your Business. Leadership. It is the lever that positions any organization for success. Millions of dollars are spent annually on leadership tips and tricks. But in reality, the fuel for great leadership is great character. Now you know the secret. You're going to find out more, though. From Phil Eastman, back with us with Leadership Advisors Group. We're starting a three-part series on this because it's so important. You've talked about leadership and character. Let's break those apart today and put them together. So let's start with leadership.
Yeah, so let's talk about leadership. Leadership is either the lever that positions your organization for success, or it's the lid that caps off the organization. No organization ever rises above its leadership. Leadership has several different functions. We've just listed out 4 of them for today's discussion, but the first one is that leaders or leadership make sure that there's a vision for the organization. Make sure the organization understands where it's going. It's exclusively a leadership responsibility. Leaders motivate people to succeed. In other words, they have to work with the team to make them successful. The other 2 are really important as well. Leaders remove the obstacles, right, that get in the way. I like to say that your job is to leap tall buildings in a single bound. That's the leader's job, is to remove those obstacles. And lastly, and very important in these particular economic times, leaders make sure that the organization seizes the opportunity. So it's the lever for success.
Well, I was going to say, those are all great characteristics. Is someone born a leader, or can they learn to be a leader?
Yeah, the research would tell us that about 10% of the people that you would recognize as being great leaders were born with those characteristics. The other 90% of us, where most of us fit, have to learn to do that.
So that's good to find out these type of things.
It's a really good thing.
Those 4 tips you just told us right there. Now, let's build in character to that, and why character is so important in a leader.
So the proposition here is that leadership is an inside-out proposition. Who you are as an individual on the inside will motivate who you are as a leader. So instead of spending all those millions of dollars that you said in the opening around tips and tricks, we should be focusing on making sure that we develop the character of the leaders we want for our organization.
Are you talking about what comes from your gut? Are you talking about values? What are you talking about there?
I'm really talking about seven elements of character, which we're going to get into tomorrow as well, right? But we've identified an ancient model, one that the Greek philosophers put together, that talks about the components of human character, because we use that term all the time. We throw it around, well, that person has great character, or they have poor character, but very few of us know what it means to actually look at those 7 components and to build those specifically to fuel the kind of leadership that's necessary in the times we're in.
Before we jump ahead to what we're really going to talk about tomorrow as well, let's just wrap up today's then. Our final word on what you want to talk about today as far as leadership and character.
Yeah, no organization rises above its leadership, so leadership is absolutely essential to success, but great leadership is fueled by great character.
I love it. Phil's book right here. We always remind you he has this out. If people want to get it, Phil?
Sure, on Amazon or characterofleadership.com, either one.
More from Phil Eastman coming your way tomorrow. We'll be right back.